Hello everyone, welcome back to another Roblox Rise of Nations video. It's Crims Phoenix here. In this video, I will go over which formables are the weirdest in Rise of Nations and should probably be removed from the game. Some of them just have weird borders, but others don't even make sense to begin with. If you want a part 2 to this video, let's get 100 likes and I'll try to find 10 more weird formables in the game. By the way, I will be using the Roblox Rise of Nations wiki for this video. I don't want to hop into the game and get tons of screenshots. These formables are either already in the game or are confirmed to be added in the next update. Well, if they are confirmed to be added, they should probably not be added. For number 10, we have the Principality of Moldavia, which can be formed by Moldova. It requires itself and Romania for the formable. The Principality of Moldavia was an entity that existed in the late Middle Ages until it was conquered by the Ottoman Empire. The borders for this formable in-game are just extremely weird. It says here that the regions of Bessarabia and Bukovina were part of Moldavia. However, most of Romania wasn't part of Moldavia, so in my opinion, this formable should just be removed from the game. For number 9, we have the Fang Federation. It can be formed by Equatorial Guinea and it requires itself and Gabon for the formable. According to the wiki, the Fang Federation is based on an ethnic group known as the Fang people. However, there had never been a state known as the Fang Federation, nor was it ever proposed by the countries which constitutes majority Fang people. As such, this formable should just be removed from the game. For number 8, we have the Mandingo Federation. I don't know how to pronounce Mandingo. It can be formed by most West African countries in the game. This formable is based on the Wasulu Empire, which was a short-lived empire in West Africa built from the conquests of Manliki ruler Samori Touré until destroyed by the French colonial army. So what's the problem here? Well, there was no such state known as the Mandingo Federation if we search it up. It was only known as the Wasulu Empire. As such, the formable's name should just be changed to Wasulu Empire. For number 7, we have the Sultanate of Maldives. It is a formable for the Maldives. It requires the Maldives, Sri Lanka, the Seychelles, and Bangladesh. Here's the background information on the wiki, read it if you want. I don't understand why the Sultanate of Maldives has territories outside the Maldives archipelago, such as Bangladesh. I have never heard of Maldives owning Bangladesh at any point in history. As such, it should just be removed from the game. For number 6, we have the Upper Volta. It is a formable of Burkina Faso. It requires Ivory Coast, Benin, Togo, and Ghana to be formed. Upper Volta obtained independence from the French in the 1960s. I am pretty sure that Upper Volta was just the older name of Burkina Faso. It doesn't include other territories. Moreover, the flag of Upper Volta in the game is inaccurate. It should have an Imperial German flag in this place. In my opinion, this formable should just be removed from the game. For number 5, we have the Kingdom of Kandy. It is a formable of Sri Lanka that is located in southern and southeastern Asia. It requires Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and Maldives to be formed. The Kingdom of Kandy was an independent monarchy on the island of Sri Lanka, before being absorbed into the British Empire. My problem with this formable is that it includes Malaysia and the Maldives, which it had never conquered. I had never seen a map with the Kingdom of Kandy owning Malaysia and Maldives, nor could I even find one. As such, it should just be removed from the game, for its inaccuracy. For number 4, we have the Albanian Empire. It is a formable of Albania and it requires Albania, Montenegro, Macedonia, Serbia, and Greece. I am pretty sure Albania never owned much land in these other Balkan countries. The Albanian Empire in Rise of Nations is based on Greater Albania, which was never achieved. So we have an Albanian Empire based on Greater Albania, but why don't we have a German Empire based on Greater Germany? Just look at the amount of cities Albania has in the game. That's called favoritism. As such, I don't think the Albanian Empire should be added into the game. For third place, we have the Nile Empire. It is a formable of all nations with access to the Nile River and Lake Victoria that is located in North, East, and Central Africa. We have the Nile Empire in Rise of Nations, but why don't we have the Rhine Empire, or the Danube Empire, or the Amazon Empire? In my opinion, I think we should add more formables based on long rivers such as the Amazon Empire. It will actually be quite cool. For second place, we have the Ostrogothic Kingdom. This formable and the next are extremely weird, trust me. The starring nations must be Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, San Marino, Slovenia, or Monaco. Yes, you heard me right there. Imagine someone naming themselves leader of the Ostrogoths from Monaco. It requires countries such as Italy, Austria, and Hungary if you would like to form it. Historically, Odoacer, a German warrior, established the Ostrogothic kingdom after deposing the last Western Roman emperor. Now, I'll give some honorable mentions. The North American Union is quite weird as well. How will the US and Mexico ever agree to an actual political union? Moreover, the NAU is only theoretical and has been denied by the governments of Canada, US, and Mexico. So yeah, let's also remove the North American Union. For first place, we have Courland, Livonia. Courland, Livonia is a formable of both Estonia and Latvia in the Baltic region of Europe. Historically, it was known as the United Baltic Duchy, and it was a state proposed by the Baltic Germans during World War I. Note that the state was only proposed and never came into fruition. Moreover, we already have a Baltic Federation in the game. In the early modern period, Courland and Livonia were separate countries under the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and they never united. Lastly, for some reason, the formable requires Gambia and Trinidad and Tobago. They were colonies of Courland, sure, but if we're basing the formable on the United Baltic Duchy as suggested by the wiki, there's no way that this new country will get its colonies back after World War I. So this formable should definitely be deleted from the game. So in conclusion, there are tons of weird formables in Rise of Nations, and these should probably all be removed. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment, and maybe check out another video of mine. Remove Courland, Livonia, it's actually weird.